John in Tennessee. John, you're on the air. Go ahead, please, John. What's on your mind today?
Good morning, Joyce and Josh. I listen to you every morning, and I listen to some of the other shows, and people are groping around in the dark trying to find out what's going on. And the truth is in the Scripture. The Scripture says, "Thy word is truth." God said that he would not do anything unless he revealed it to his servants, the prophets, first. Now, either God is a liar, and you can't believe anything he says, or believe everything he says. And I don't think it's likely, in fact, I know it's not possible, that he made all the prophecies and he left out anything regarding the greatest, strongest, most powerful nation in the history of the world. It's just that we don't know how to identify them. If you give me just a couple minutes here, I'm going to read something to you. I want you and Josh to tell me who this describes. This is in Micah 5, verse 8. And
We're losing you. We're losing you. Try that again.
I'm going. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm. Barely, but your cell's not that good. Go ahead.
Okay. Hopefully you can hear this, and I want people to write this down and look it up for themselves. I don't want you to believe me. It says in Micah 5:8, it says, "And blank shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off." Now, who is that describing?
I don't know. Josh, do you have an idea?
Well, I mean, it sounds like a big bully like us.
Yeah, who's doing that? Who's doing that today? It's not China. It's not Russia. It's not the little nation of Israel, who is not Israel. They're Judah. There were 13 tribes in Israel. Judah is only one. Now, let me tell you what it says. In verse 10, it says, "It shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots," those are implements of war, "and I will cut off thy cities out of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds, and I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee." That's our idols, like in D.C. and all around the country in the cities. "And thou shalt..."
Monument.
Exactly. It's a phallic symbol, a pagan phallic symbol, as is the Statue of Liberty. It's a statue of the goddess Columbia. "And thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands." That is in direct reference to us. And if you don't believe it, go to Genesis 48, and you'll see that in verse 5 of Genesis 48, I called and talked to you about this once before, and he's adopting, the man, Israel, is adopting Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. And it says, "And now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee in Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine, and thy issue which thou begettest after them, they shall be thine, and they shall be called after their name." And then over here in verse 16, people need to get this and read it. It says, "The angel which redeemed me from evil, from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them." So the name of Israel, or the name of Joseph, or the name of Ephraim and Manasseh, in prophecy refers to Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Israel said, "Let my name be named on them." And now with all what's going on in the Middle East, everyone's quoting Isaiah 17, about the burden of Damascus. It says in verse 1, "The burden of Damascus, behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap." Then if you go on to read the rest of the chapter, and we don't have time for it, but I encourage everyone to read it. The rest of the chapter is about Ephraim. In verse 3, it says, "The fortress shall also cease from Ephraim, and the kingdom from Damascus, and the remnant of Syria." Go on and read it, because all the rest of this is about the destruction of Ephraim. And I believe that the United States of America is the remnant of Ephraim.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Did you want to say something, Josh?
No, I'm just listening.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that information. Thank you, John.